something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. There's something about her.
Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome back to another week. What episode is this?
I think this is episode 5.
Oh my gosh! 5 episodes!
Wow.
Purr, bap,
Baps.
bap.
Scooter bap, brr, bam.
Big up you guys for... I hope you've tuned in.
If they're watching the video, they've obviously tuned in.
Yeah, big up you guys for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Even with our little...
Hiatus.
Hiatus.
2-week hiatus. We
Yeah.
appreciate the love, the support. We see it. We see all the likes, all the comments and stuff. So
Love y'all.
we definitely appreciate you guys.
Anyways, to kick off the episode as always, giving thanks.
Giving thanks. You have to give
Gratitude
thanks.
pillow.
Baps.
What are you grateful for this week?
Okay. What am I grateful for this week? No, it's hard because last week I was grateful for the fact Arsenal won. This week, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the weather. We've had some good weather these last couple of days.
We
know?
have.
And don't get me wrong, it has been a bit too hot, but I prefer that than when it's freezing cold. And back in the day, I used to be one of the people who used to say winter over summer, by the way. What an idiot I was. But summer, definitely, it's been really good, really nice weather. And yeah, just the sun being out just improves your mood. It just makes you feel better. So yeah, man, I'm definitely grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for good weather. What's about you?
I'm grateful for Google. And let me tell you why I'm grateful for Google,
Why are you grateful for Google?
I'm terrified of spiders.
Oh.
Petrified of spiders. And for
That's
some
even
reason...
an understatement, bro. Where you go on when you see spiders, boy, you'd think they're actually all
They can
poisonous.
eat you. Anywho, and where we live, for some reason, over the past couple of months, we've had like probably 4 fat, thick, black spiders, like the palm of my hand, that big.
It's not that big, bro.
Bro, I see an alien when I see them motherfuckers.
Okay.
So, we've seen them massive spiders. They've come into the house. They've attacked us.
They have not
have been
attacked us.
assaulted.
They're not even bothering
I've been
us.
assaulted by a couple spiders. And I did a Google search earlier this week about how to like keep spiders away or get rid of them. And Google gave me a nice little concoction to make. And
Which hasn't really worked like that.
no, it has, because we haven't seen any big spiders. Big spiders roam up here.
Yeah, but we've seen spiders come in.
We've
since you
seen
sprayed
2 tiny spiders. I'm not scared
Spider's
of them.
not a spider. Yes, you are. Because there was a one above your desk. Oh my gosh, she was begging for me to kill it.
But did I kill it though?
You did, because I refused to kill it.
Anywho,
I said you will kill the
nonetheless,
spider.
Google, big you up, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have found that spider repellent thing. And I'm gonna keep trying it for the rest of the week. But as far as I know, I've not seen none of them devils come into my yard. Touch wood.
Touch wood. Because I'm not gonna lie, as much as I'm buzzing her, them spiders are mad.
Bro,
They're not the size of her palm.
It is. Moving on to this week's topic, post-18 education. So like apprenticeships, uni.
Those are the main 2, to be honest.
They're the main 2, but then you can also do like courses and stuff.
Yeah, there are.
And genuinely,
other
like
stuff.
I feel like there's so many people who aren't really exposed to other options other than uni.
100%.
Because we always get questions constantly. How did you come across an apprenticeship? What even is an apprenticeship? The fact that people are constantly asking that, even till this day, even when you hear that people are doing more apprenticeships, like that goes to show there's not enough advertisement and information out there that is very accessible regarding how apprenticeships are or other routes to further education. Because uni, I'm not gonna lie,
It's not the only one.
it's not the only one.
Not the only
And me nah got you no elagate. Hey, uni. Oh my gosh.
Bear in mind, we didn't even experience full uni. We experienced part-time uni.
Part-time
one day a
uni
week.
as apprentices. But look, you were okay. Oh my god.
It weren't that bad. Okay, I'm not saying it weren't that bad. I wasn't there, but yeah, actually, no, you did go through it still.
Bro, I went through it. And I always remembered saying to myself, like, I couldn't do the full-time uni thing. If this is how I feel as a part-time uni student, imagine couple days a week or living away from home as a uni student.
Well, don't scare people. Uni is
no,
still a very good option, but
To an extent.
I guess first, when you was growing up, before we was introduced to apprenticeships, what was you kind of like thinking? What did you think when you was thinking about what you want to be when you're older, what you're going to do after secondary school, after sixth form / college? What was you kind of planning? What did you think was the route?
For me, the only route was uni. which I heard from my family and, you know, just what you hear from school and stuff. Like in secondary school, uni. Once upon a time, I thought I wanted to become a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I really
And you was actually
kind of,
quite set on that. I
in
remember.
secondary school. I was so set on like I'm gonna go uni, study law, become a lawyer. Da, da, da. Me. Now looking back,
I feel so mature right now.
you're an
I'm
idiot.
drinking tea.
Now looking back at like my uni experience and stuff like that, I couldn't. Wow. And I have a friend, like literally one of my bestest friends. She is soon becoming a lawyer, and I remember her saying she went through like the assignments and stuff. Like I know my heart's not in it, but your heart might be. But mine isn't. Mine was never in it for real. But
me growing up, yeah, same thing. I only thought uni. Damn my heart. This is the one thing about this weather. But yeah, growing up, it's not because of you, gang.
I said I can't relate. You waste.
Oh, because I remember last time you tried to say I'm hot because of you.
Because you were always hot because of me. I keep you on fire
through your breath. Yeah, growing up for me, obviously in school I did quite well in terms of like academically.
Nerd.
Don't be jealous because you didn't get no 8s or no 9s, mate.
I got A's.
You did get A's.
Exactly.
What, a 7? Great. Okay, don't be jealous at me.
Where does being a nerd get you in life? Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, because
Cock your mouth.
Your car. Okay, let's retrace back. Because that all starts from school, you know. I'll get onto how that all builds up. But yeah. Yeah, me growing up as someone who, you know, got high grades in school, I was always... Bro, you can keep making faces. You can be jealous, but as I said...
I'm not jealous. Because I didn't fail a single exam.
You didn't. But I was always pushed towards uni, definitely. And then when I got into sixth form, at the start of sixth form, I was thinking, obviously, I was definitely going to go uni because it was such a thing. Like, everyone was going.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was going.
His teachers and stuff were pushing him because of how much of a nerd he was. They were pushing him in sixth form and stuff like to go like Cambridge, Oxford and stuff like that. He could have easily gotten in.
No, don't say easy because I applied. I got rejected.
Not easy. Okay,
I applied for
grade
Oxford.
wise. If they didn't know,
yeah, grade wise is different. No, but I still did like the way you apply for Oxford is not like the same way you apply to the other unis. You have for the other unis it's just a personal statement, which that one personal statement you write, and more time my teachers have me write the personal statement still.
Yeah.
But for Oxford, it's personal statement which I have to I think see. I don't know if it's different now, by the way. And then after that you have to do an interview. Now this interview is a video interview. No, yeah, because it was literally prime time COVID. It was prime COVID. I was applying for unis in prime COVID. 2020. Yeah, I was applying for that's year 12. And yeah, that's how you apply for Oxford. So, but yeah, my teachers actually encouraged me to, which I did. But my heart weren't really in it as much as don't get me wrong, getting rejected weren't nice. I know my heart weren't in it. I didn't really truly want to go to uni. But yeah.
But you only got rejected by Oxford.
Yeah, I did get accepted.
That was
I did get accepted to the other ones, which was what UCL, KCL, and I think
the other Russell groups, basically. Yeah. Some of the other Russell groups. Let's face it. If he didn't have to do no video interview, and if his name wasn't so black.
I won't say that's the reason I got rejected.
Amari.
Maybe I could have just not been good enough.
Amari.
But I will say...
Let's see the percentage of ethnic folk and white folk that go to Oxford.
Yeah. Obviously, that's going to be the... But honestly, that's going to be the case with most unis you go to. Most Russell Group unis especially. There's not a lot of that. Yes, definitely. I'm not saying...
Russell Groups
I'm not saying all Russell Groups have... Like, I'm not saying Russell groups don't have ethnic people. Of course they do. I'm just saying naturally we live in England. We're always gonna be the minority. Naturally,
I mean, the prime ministers and that go to Oxford anyways.
But back to the original point. Growing up, yeah, definitely uni was seen as the only route, and that followed me through sixth form. But I think when I was first introduced to the idea of an apprenticeship, would have been around the same time, year 12, and so I'm so hot on my days. I might need to go get something to wipe my face. Woo! sorry, quick intermission. I was too hot. I need to get something out of my face. But as I was saying, yeah, I was first introduced to apprenticeships in about year 12. And around the time we would have loads of like, I don't know what you would call them. Like some would be assemblies and like little events where they would kind of explain what apprenticeship was. And I can't lie, from the first time I heard what a degree apprenticeship was, it caught my attention. Like, for those who don't understand what degree apprenticeship is, it's basically where you, or let me not say degree apprenticeship, because degree apprenticeship is just a type of apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is just a course or program in which you work a certain number of days a week while studying towards a course. Now that could be a level 3 apprenticeship. There's level 2 apprenticeships, even level 4, and then level 6 degree apprenticeships. And I think there's higher than that.
Masters.
There's master's degree apprenticeship level 7,
which is the master's one.
Yeah, so we did level 6 apprenticeship to both of us. But yeah, at the time, that's when I was introduced to it. I said, what? Like, wait, so I can go. So the way degree apprenticeship works is that you go to uni 4 days a week, and then you
sometimes
3, depending on the specific course.
2.
But the majority of degree apprenticeships is 4 days a week, and then you go into uni 1, and that tends to be either a Monday or a Friday, but whichever program can do it whichever way they want. And yeah, I mean, you're getting full pay and all that sort of stuff. We'll go into the pros and cons later on, but yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, yeah, this is definitely one for me. But yeah, when did you first come across the degree apprenticeship?
I think it.
Surely it was through me.
Yeah, it was through you, because I'm trying to think of like when I was in college if I heard anything, and I'm there. Okay, yes, I did hear about it in college, but it wasn't like in-depth information.
Yeah.
Because it was like there were some people going to my college who were on apprenticeship courses.
Yeah.
So they would have apprenticeships all over. I never actually read into them, but when it came to, because I was dead stamp on uni, ask him.
Yeah, you was.
I was dead, and it was Amari and my mother-in-law who were like looking to apprenticeships type thing.
Yeah.
And that's how I started to read up more on them and gain an understanding of them. And even through applying, I started to understand more about apprenticeships and understanding that there's different levels. Also that I didn't have to just go to uni, bro. Straight up uni.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was mainly through you where you guys were understood.
Yeah, I definitely encourage her to go to uni because, I mean, I know her. I know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, doing an apprenticeship. Yeah, I know her, and she was applying for. I know her. She was applying for unis at the time, and I said, Christina, do you really want to go to uni? And I remember you was applying. You applied for that. Is it Open University?
No.
What was it? It was Pearson's.
Yeah.
Pearson's Business School. Pearson's, something like that. And I just used to sit down and speak to her. I said, do you actually want to go to uni? Like, are you doing it because you think you have to do it, or do you like? Yeah, are you really doing it because you want to, or are you doing it because you feel like you have to? And at the time, remember, we was both applying to apprenticeships. Now, fun fact, I only actually got one apprenticeship offer. I applied for about anywhere from 30 to 50 degree apprenticeships.
No, you got another one.
I got another one the
like
second year.
Second choice.
No.
JP Morgan.
That was the second year. I'll get onto that. So I applied. So JP Morgan, yeah, that's one I applied for the first time I was applying for apprenticeships, and I accidentally applied for financial services, thinking I was applying for tech. So I've done the interview now. They're asking, why do you want to work for us? And I'm talking about tech. It's a financial services apprenticeship, by the way. Didn't get that. But I applied for multiple degree apprenticeships because that's one thing I say. They are very competitive. Like I'm not gonna say it's all glitz and glamour. Like, oh, just get a degree apprenticeship is way better than uni. No, well, that's my opinion, but I'll get onto it. It is very competitive. Like, you're literally applying not only against people your age, you're also applying against grown adults. Like, I was on the course with grown adults who have experience and that's where other qualifications. Sometimes that
causes inequity and inequality sometimes, which I think they have, because when I was working with my degree apprenticeship organization, they actually brought this up, and they have certain, I think they've adjusted certain entry points or whatever. Like, it's like a big government thing where they kind of had to realize that, of course, people that have experience are going to be highly favored, because even though with a degree, with apprenticeships, technically you don't need experience.
Don't at all.
But
I had no
unconscious bias.
Experience? I did, but not a lot. Not tech experience.
Yeah, but unconscious bias, which is why a lot of adults would kind of, or people that have more experience than like someone who's fresh out of college or something like that will be favored for a degree apprenticeship or apprenticeship in general, because it's like you have all this experience, and people in the workplace, let's flip and face it, degree apprenticeship or not, you're going to have unconscious bias towards the people. I mean, unconscious bias and want to hire someone that you have to train less. Yeah,
even though the whole purpose of a degree apprenticeship is to train someone.
Yeah,
they'd rather someone they have to train less.
And one thing I realized is that, and that's not through like applying, it's like whilst I was in my apprenticeship and stuff like that, and like the people that I was working with, and that they were understanding what apprenticeships were, or getting to understand what apprenticeships were, people in the workplace don't understand it. A lot of them, even till this day, don't understand what apprenticeships are. They, when you explain to them, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds lush," but then they still kind of like don't fully understand it.
Fully grasp it.
They don't fully grasp what it is, and because they don't fully grasp what it is, when they're doing the recruitment process, they are recruiting as if they are actually just recruiting a full-on employee, and that is where I realized inequalities and inequities plays a part. Inequalities and inequities can come to light. Yeah. But it's not something that they realize, and they don't know that they're doing it. Yeah. That's why like I appreciated like aspects of my last one, because I was actually involved in the recruitment process for when we were taking on other apprentices and stuff like that. And I was able to say that, hey, no, you're recruiting as if you're recruiting for a full-on employee. No, this is not what that is. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. That stuff is very true. The reality of applying for degree apprenticeship is just very competitive for multiple reasons. For that reason, for the fact that, first of all, it's a lot of people applying to them. Naturally, and also entry requirements aren't the highest for degree apprenticeships, because you don't need, like, for example, I got 3 A stars in my A levels, but the entry requirements for my degree apprenticeship was 3 C's. Like, you didn't even need that. Oh damn! I could have got it. You could have got that. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you didn't do A levels, but yeah, the equivalent it was UCAS points, innit? I think had my UCAS points quite high. Yeah, because I think 3 C's was literally like 80 UCAS points, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong, but it's not that high. But yeah, I applied for a load of degree apprenticeships, and I only got one, which is the one I ended up doing, which was a really good one. Don't get me wrong, but at the time, it's not that I didn't want to do it, but it's like I wanted. There was others that I applied for that I didn't get, that I was more wanting to do, but the one I ended up doing was a good one. And then you as well, innit? Like, you applied for loads, and you almost gave up. You almost gave up. Oh my days! I applied to so many degree apprenticeships. I'm drinking tea. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I got to so many final stages, gone through assessment centers and stuff like that. And when you see that you're not successful so many times, even grinding and going to the very last stages, like obviously it demotivates you so much. So it got to the point where I remember this. It was literally, I gave up in the August. I got my uni stuff, got a little keyring. I was about to start my uni in the September, doing business law, Bumble hole. Oh, imagine what life would have looked like if you had gone through with that. It would have been different. Not that it would have been bad, it just would have been so different. Would have been different. I was meant to be doing business law with Pearson's Business School, whatever. And then my mother-in-law, she sent me one. Sent you two. She sent me two. Oh, she sent me two. I applied. One of them wasn't a degree apprenticeship. Yeah, one of them was a level 3. It was a level 3 with a GLA. Oh yes, it was. I did the slapdash application for both of them. Oh my god, the degree apprenticeship. The degree apprenticeship application was worse though. I did not put 1 ounce of effort in that. Even the interviews, like for both of these apprenticeships, kind of had just given up already. I gave up. And I didn't do any. These two, I didn't do any prep for. Did the interviews. In 1 week. I remember I woke up in the morning. I was going to the dirty workplace, bruv. I was about to leave at like 7 a.m. No, lie. It wasn't 7 a.m. yet, because it was around like the 9:30, 10 a.m. And I was about to leave to go to work. And I received a phone call from the GLA, which is the level 3 one. Oh, hey, Christina. So I know you're successful. I said, boom. I said, I really did it for real. I accepted that. Cool. 2 days later, it was a Friday. I'll never forget it. Because that was one of the best weekends. Friday, I got a phone call from the degree one. Said I've been successful. And I was like, huh?
2 in 1 week.
2 in 1 week. Anyways, I accepted it and then declined. I said, nah, I got another one in it from the other one. And it's so funny how the world is so small. Because when I did this, my degree apprenticeship on the GLA, they are one of our stakeholders, one of our key stakeholders, which is, well, when I was working there, which is so mad. But anywho, yeah. And I remember I told my manager like a couple months down the line after starting, and I was like, girl, I gotta reveal something to you. We were drinking wine, and I said to her, I didn't put no effort in it. I said, let me tell you what I did, yeah. When you guys sent over the interview questions and stuff like that, I did a quick Google search, like 2 minutes before the interview.
It worked.
But it worked. And she was like, Christine, you're chatting smack. She was like, Christine, you're chatting smack. I was like, I swear to you. She was like, you know what? Fair play.
You got it.
And she told me that, she actually told me about my competition. There was one other girl. She said the competition, she was too, like, she was one of them people that couldn't take criticism. That's why she didn't get it. That was great.
I mean, you got it, and history. What's the saying?
The rest is history.
The rest is history. But yeah. So she ended up getting one in her last kind of attempt. I got mine quite early, if I'm honest. I got mine a bit earlier on in the year, because the one I did, the application closed quite early. But it was like I got it, and it was always like on a back burner. I was like, if I have to, innit? And I ended up having to. But it turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I guess we can go on onto the next section where we talk about kind of the pros and cons of each. Because we're talking about degree apprenticeships and we've explained it, but you might be thinking to yourself, why would I even do that? Like uni, we have this, that, social. You have that social network, and you know you have that independence, and you can go live by yourself and all that stuff. So let's break down the actual pros and cons. So first start with the pros and cons of. Let's start with uni. What would you say are the pros and cons of uni?
Pros, I feel like uni, it's like, it's the most pivotal time and can be the best years of your life.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, you know.
Yeah, like as much as secondary school was like some of the best years of your life and it's very pivotal time, I feel like uni is like even more pivotal and can be much greater. It's like your first adult experience, which is why a lot of people want to move away and stuff like that. For some people, and like, don't get me wrong, I've heard a lot of people say they've gone through hardship living alone and stuff like that, away from family and friends, when they go up to uni. But it's like, it's very character building, and they say they appreciate those struggles because without those struggles, they probably wouldn't be as responsible as they are now and stuff like that. So it's like, I think that is a real benefit with going to uni, like just gaining proper independence. And kind of getting your first foot through the door. Oh, is that my toe? Getting your first foot into the door of adulthood.
I think following on from that, another pro of going to uni is, that first experience of adulthood, but then also the people you meet. I feel like I've heard so many people meet lifelong friends in uni. Yeah. Because, you know, there's so many people your age, similar ages, going through the same experiences, doing the same courses as you. So naturally, you make friends, you build those connections, and, you know, there's so much events happening all the time. And I didn't go, but things like freshers events and all these motives and stuff where you meet people and you have a good time. And a lot of people who went uni come out of uni with lifelong friends, as I said. Yeah. So that's definitely another pro. And I guess that's just like the more like the social ones, I guess, and just the general pro of uni, especially if you go to like a Russell Group uni. I guess it's just, you know, it does hold a bit of weight, right? If you go to a Russell Group uni, like definitely it can play a deciding factor when you're applying, like someone with a degree, especially from a Russell Group, applying for a job versus someone that doesn't have a degree. They have the advantage in that context, right? But then I guess going on to the cons, especially these days, everyone has a degree these days, right? Because of how accessible they are through things like student loans and stuff, it's very easy to get a degree through simply applying for student loans. So I guess the main con right now is just everyone has a degree and it's no longer providing the competitive advantage it once did. In the main context of career and getting a job, because that is the main reason people go to uni, right? To get qualified, to be able to then progress and get a job. Well, that's what you've been taught. That's the idea of going to uni. That's the status quo. But it's not seeming like that's the case anymore.
Yeah, nowadays jobs are favoring like they're
Just
going heavy on their experience,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
so unfair to some degree. Because oh my days, bro, even graduate jobs. If it is a graduate job, and this speaks to how terrible and disgusting the job market is right now because of the dirty government, bro. Why is it that, don't get me wrong, graduate jobs are always going to be competitive. They always have been. Naturally,
There's
yeah.
a lot of graduates.
But it's like normal competition.
Yeah.
Now the competition is dumb because there are senior people who have a plethora of flipping experience who are applying for graduate jobs because they can't get any jobs for their level, so they have to get their foot in the door some way somehow.
Yeah.
And they are securing graduate roles over actual graduates. What's the point of them being graduate roles? No, tell me, what is the point?
There's no point.
Seriously, what is the point? And it burns me, even though I didn't go for a graduate role and I'm not in a graduate role, but even hearing my peers speak about it and even generally people on the internet and stuff like that sharing their experience. There was one girl, I remember she was on the news.
Quick
Intermission.
The camera overheated, which, as you can expect on this hot ass day, is gonna happen. But where was we? Yeah, we just talk about the cons, I think, of apprenticeships.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, essentially, like it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
You're working a full-time job. Your social life can be really hindered.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to get that work life uni balance.
Yeah,
It's not just work life balance.
Yeah, it's
it's
work life
uni
Yeah,
balance.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, and in terms of wrapping up the pros, it's like debt free. You get amazing experience. You can build an amazing network.
It's more beneficial in the actual professional life sense,
Yeah.
but in the social life, that's where the cons are. Whereas uni is more beneficial in the social life aspect, but then professionally wise, these days, that's where the cons, I think,
And
are.
financial wise,
And
because you
financial-wise,
earn
yeah.
salary, which
Yeah.
and the good thing about apprenticeships, a lot of apprenticeships actually, it's only really my apprenticeship that I heard of that didn't have salary increasing every year.
Mine went up
Most
every year.
apprenticeships, like your salary goes up every year outside of London living wage increasing.
So yeah, those are the pros and cons, I guess, of both. Now we naturally have a bias towards degree apprenticeship. That's what we did, and they've been very beneficial to us. We both work good jobs, and we both have good experience, and we also do have the degree. So that's also, sorry, we forgot to mention. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have the degree.
You have the degree with no debt. You said no debt, but you have the degree at the end, right? So you got the experience and the degree, and it's been very beneficial to us. But at the end of the day, whether you choose whichever path doesn't matter. Honestly,
And
whichever
none
path,
is right or
none is
wrong.
right or wrong. It's just being aware of the different options you do
yeah.
have. I feel like that's the main issue at this moment, is that people don't know this exists. The amount of people I speak to, I'd be like, I do degree apprenticeship. They're like, what's that? I explain it to them. They're like, oh my days, if that was wrong, I would have did that. If I knew what I was, I would have did that. So it's just, I want more people to be aware of the options and definitely do your research. If you're someone coming up to this point of life, do your research. And I think, because literally one conversation could change your life.
Yeah.
One maybe us speaking to you about this today, you might say degree apprenticeship, research it, and if I could just get one person that's to make them more aware, and maybe they do degree apprenticeship, you'd be surprised, and I'd be very happy about that. So yeah, just our main thing today was just making sure people are aware that there are more than one option. Degree apprenticeship is not the only one, but that's the ones we did. But there are other options to going towards uni.
Yeah, and also when you're thinking about your options, kind of think about what it is that you want to do, because obviously if you want to be like a doctor or something like that, you can't really do an apprenticeship.
Yeah. So for example, certain careers you need to go uni. So if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be, I was gonna say accountant, but there are accountant apprenticeships. But any of those specialized careers, you're gonna have to go to uni.
You're gonna have to.
But
it's still exploring what you can do in relation to what it is that you aspire to be.
Yeah.
So yeah. Moving on to dilemmas. When I have none.
We don't have no dilemmas.
But it's our fault, to be
It's our
honest,
fault.
because we've not actually been intentional with asking you guys for dilemmas.
Yeah,
in the past couple of weeks, we've just been lucky.
Yeah. We had a couple from before as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
We're gonna put out a post.
Yeah.
Send us your dilemmas. And to be honest, we can't just say send us your dilemmas. We need to let them know what the dilemma should be associated with. If they have any dilemmas associated with a specific topic that we're going to talk about. So we're going to do that. Mm-hmm. We're going to put out a post associated with the next episode's topic. And we're kindly asking you guys to send your dilemmas or not. Or not even just dilemmas. You can send your questions.
Any question.
If you have any questions for us.
It doesn't have to be a dilemma.
It doesn't have to be a dilemma.
Yeah, it can be a question.
Yeah. Send us any questions that you might have. It could be about anything.
Yeah. Well, no, it should be about the topic that we just said.
Oh yeah.
But no, if you do want to send any other questions, you can
always man, don't shut up. You can send any question in it. But obviously we're gonna put out the topic that we're gonna talk about for the next episode, and then you can send any questions that you have in relation to that. Yeah. So anyways, next, what is one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of this episode?
Hot. I am like you guys have probably seen throughout this episode. I've been sweating. I've been wiping my face. I'm actually burning, but I think it's because of these lights, and obviously the camera and the hot equipment around me. But yeah, very hot. Tired. Oh, sorry, it's one word. Very hot. Just very hot. What about you? How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling
hungry.
I'm actually not. You flipping wild.
Oh.
I'm feeling. Oh, okay. I feel inspired.
Inspired by what?
By the topic that we just spoke about, and it's actually speaking about it more.
Okay.
Because I used to do a lot of content on that. I've completely dropped off from doing content on apprenticeship. And a lot of people found that really useful. Yeah. And I got married and fucking changed. But no, it's inspired me to speak more about it.
Yeah. I feel like these sort of topics are very valuable, and we want topics that actually help people. We can talk about our relationship as much as possible, but some people care, some people don't. I feel like you guys get more value from things that actually can benefit your life, apply to your lives, rather than, oh my gosh, how did we meet? We've already done that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man.
And we're not that like interesting. I'd be real. You know what I'm saying? Our relationship, we've already explained it. Like we're trying to actually be value or provide value to you guys. But yeah, with that, that's Jesus.
Take a
you're right.
Pause.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
You're right. With that, this episode now comes to an end. It's been quite a short episode because of no dilemma, but that's fine. Once again, please subscribe. Please like, share, turn on notifications, all of that stuff. We really appreciate it. Really helps the channel.
Like, talk to us. Like, do you hate us or something?
Yeah, like,
why do you not talk to us?
Honestly, we appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. It encourages us to keep going. So yeah, if you guys like the video, you always do this. Just do a heart, bro.
No, I like how the girls.
Anyways, if you like the video, let us know, and yeah, see you in next week's episode.
Peace out. Mwah.